takes practice. If a person is doing that, and I used to do that all the time, so I'm very familiar with how that is, and it's just something that we're really, really used to. And if we're doing that, we need to practice. First thing is we have to realize, well, why is this important for you? Like, why do you want to not have this ego backlash anymore? Why do you want to treat yourself nicely? And while it looks like kind of like a simple question to answer, but we need to have a very, very deep answer. So simply saying, well, because I want to, because it upsets me. If that was it, then that wouldn't be enough. You have to have a very deep understanding. You have to be able to elaborate it, because it's going to take some work. It's not a very easy thing to do to change these deep-rooted ways of treating ourselves. But once we understand deeply the reason why we want to do it, we have a full explanation of it inside of us. We can fully understand why it's important. So why it's important for you. Once you understand that, it's like, okay, then you focus on talking to yourself differently. Before we stop the conversation in our head, we practice talking to ourselves nicely. So imagine that you talk to yourself as somebody that you're totally in love with, and that you totally love, that you totally respect. If you use that as like a simple gauge, and you decide that that's the way I'm going to start to talk to myself. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight. It's going to take some while. And then hear yourself. You start to hear yourself doing the backlash. And then when that happens, you just stop it. You simply just watch the thought. You go, no, you stop it right away. You go, nope, I'm not going to talk to myself that way. And then you correct it right on there on the spot. So if you say like, God, I'm so stupid for doing that. Oh God, I'm gonna get killed. Now oh God, I'm such a dumbass. In your mind, you go, no, I'm not stupid. I'm not any of those things. And then we justify it in our head. I simply just made a mistake. It's okay. Everybody makes mistakes. No big deal. Okay. And that's it. So every time when we are creating some type of backlash, we correct it on the spot as often as possible. In the beginning, you may not catch it, right away. It just comes and you're just gonna go on. And then suddenly you realize that you're doing it again. And then when you realize it, make the correction, okay? Make the correction. How are you going to talk to yourself? You spoke to yourself in one way that represented a backlash. How are you going to talk to yourself differently? Okay. So create that way. And as you start to practice, you'll start to become more familiar with using certain types of languages, and you stop using the harsh language. And over time, those harsh language is not part of your vocabulary anymore. So it just takes time.